Is your relationship fraught with threats of leaving? Do either one of you say, I'm out of here, I'm done, just leave, go back to your ex? Or are there silent threats like shutting down, going behind a stone wall, not talking, going days without contact? Or is it overt, where one has said, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want a divorce. I think we have to break up. If any of these scenarios sound familiar to you, please stay tuned because this video is for you. I want to give explanations and strategies for moving from this very uncomfortable state to a place of better connection. Hi, I'm Dr. Pat Love. For the past 4 decades, I've been studying relationships, taking that information, putting it into books, putting it into workshops, putting it into videos, putting it into courses, and I want to share with you what I have learned about threats to leave. First of all, they need to be taken seriously. Let's look at the 3 types of threats to leave. The first type is what I call the veiled threat. And that's where, in the heat of the moment, any one of us can say the words when we really don't intend to leave. But when we say things like, well, I quit, well, just why don't you leave? Well, you don't have to do this anymore. I'm done. When you say those things, unfortunately, it erodes the trust. And mature love, deepening love, is built on trust. So if this is a practice, if this is commonplace in your relationship, my best advice is let's call a truce. Let's eliminate that as a strategy. Let's agree that we're just not going to use that anymore because we can't go forward. We can't deepen our love. We can't move toward trust and connection when you are continuously saying the words, even if you don't intend to leave. Secondly, oftentimes people use a threat to leave to draw their partner closer. Now, this may sound antithetical, like, what? This can't be. When any of us face losing our relationship, it strikes terror in our heart. And first of all, in that moment, we realize how much this relationship means to us. And it also shows us, oh my goodness, I might be alone. And when we feel that terror, when we feel that loss, the inclination for many of us is to move closer, to make nice, to smooth things over, to quit the arguing, and to try to get back to a place of connection. So oftentimes partners will use this strategy to bring you closer. So they use a threat to leave to actually get you to move in and be closer. The problem goes back to the original issue, doesn't it? It erodes the trust. And here's the other thing. If you are staying in a relationship just because of fear of loss, just because you don't want to be alone, it comes at a very high price of anxiety and depression. So be careful about that one. This may be a place where you seek help. The second type of threat is that silent, covert threat. Especially if the person who's been nagging and complaining and vocal and arguing and saying we need to talk and we need to fix this, if that person gets quiet, it's not a good sign. This is a person who may be planning to leave. This is when you have to call for the question. Do not ignore this silence. It's probably not a friendly silence. So you say, I feel like we've grown apart. Do you want to be closer? I want to be closer. How can we do this? This is where you might want to get help. But call for the question. Don't ignore it. What do you know that I don't know? Are we okay? Let's ask it. Call for the question. Don't ignore it. The third type of a threat to leave is just an overt threat to leave, saying, I want a divorce, one or both of you, or I'm leaving, or I don't want to do this anymore. Now, in my career, I have seen many of what I call unnecessary divorces or unnecessary breakups. And here's my definition of an unnecessary breakup or divorce. An unnecessary divorce is one that could have been prevented by information, skill, or time. First thing you do if you've got this overt threat to leave is to take time. Take time to think, take time to feel, take time to process. If you're the type of person that needs to think out loud, go to a counselor, get a very, very trusted friend. And I say very, very trusted. Be careful about whom you choose to confide in when you're trying to decide, trying to make a decision as important as moving forward when one person has threatened to leave. If your partner has threatened to leave and you take the time and you decide, you know what, I want this relationship. I love this person. I want to fight for this relationship. State it, declare it, don't be ashamed of it. And you tell the people that are supporting you, I want to fight for my marriage. I want to fight for my relationship. And I want you to support me in that, at least for now. For this period of time, I want to fight for my relationship. And you state it up front to your partner. I love you. I don't want a divorce. I don't want to break up. I think this can be fixed. I don't think anyone's going to love you like I love you. I think we're good together. I'm going to hang in there and I'm going to fight for this. Don't be afraid to say that if that is your true position in your heart of hearts. Now, if you do this, if you're going to be the placeholder for this relationship, you've got to get good support. And again, I want to caution you about whom you choose for support, because you got to tell them, I am fighting for my relationship and I want your support in doing that. I have seen way too many people who tell everybody what the partner has done and the partner becomes the bad person. The couple make up, they get back together, they're happy, and the friends and family can't move on. They don't move on. I've seen rifts in families, rifts in friends, because you confided too much. So be careful, be cautious. You can move through this, but you need to do it with support. And I wish the very, very best for you. If you like research-based information, check out my course, Wake Up in a New Marriage, and my ebook, 5 Forces Destroying Your Relationship. And thank you so much for tuning in.